Okay. Did you watch part 1? Do you see part 2? What happened? What happened? Every single book here was a James Patterson novel. I did that for a reason. I didn't read this. I didn't read any. I read Da Vinci Code. I replaced the 3 James Patterson books here with 3 books by 3 completely different men. Okay? Now there's a reason why I did that. Did you see how easy it was for you to tell the difference? Okay? We're going to pretend this. This was the soil. The suspect was injured. He fell down in the soil. He started bleeding. You saw the difference between the books that were here and the books that I took away and put back. You saw the difference. That is how easy it is for a forensic scientist to tell that you moved the soil. So you're like, okay, I shot the guy landed on the soil. I'll take out that entire section of soil, put it in garbage bags, move it away, and put new soil down. The professor that I studied under, he could do anything he wanted. Bullets, ballistics, blood splatter, DNA, he could do anything he wanted. His old partner who heads the Yonkers lab told me he has a special interest in mineralogy. What the fuck is that? Here's the deal. There are minerals in the soil. And a forensic scientist can take soil, compare them, and say, this soil and this soil came from 2 completely different locations. So, like you saw, I took away 3 books, removed them, brought back other books, put them in. That's how easy it is for the forensic scientist to tell you move dirt. He takes a sample from dirt here, sample from dirt here, sample from dirt here, and he can tell you moved an entire section of dirt. You dug all this dirt out because there's the suspect's blood on it. You dug it all up, threw it away, went out somewhere, found other dirt, put that dirt down, and now it's different. He can also tell because this has grass, this doesn't. How the fuck did that happen? Seriously. They can tell. So you can move the dirt all you want, they'll find it. Also, the guy bled down into the dirt. Blood here, blood here, blood here, blood further down. Okay? Also, the guy came in the window, you shot him, he fell down. You picked up the body, moved the body inside. He was out here. He's got dirt and grass on his clothing. They'll take the dirt from his clothing, the dirt from here, and they'll figure out it was tampered with. Also, are you going to do this before the cops come in 6 minutes? No, you're not. You're going to get caught doing it. Your neighbors are going to see you, and they'll fucking rat you out. They will. They will rat you out. But we want to tell you, if your neighbor hears a gunshot, they're calling the cops. If they hear a gunshot, they look outside, and they see you digging, you know what they're thinking? They're thinking you killed your fucking wife and buried her in the front yard. They're calling the cops. So, A, you're going to get caught in the act. B, even if you don't get caught in the act, they'll figure it out. Okay? Here's what I'm trying to express to you. If you honestly used deadly force because you honestly and truly believed that you had no alternative whatsoever, there was no alternative. You have 1 second to think, my friends. You have 1 second to say, that's a bad guy. He's coming in here. He wants to kill me. I can't get away. You have to ask yourself all 4 questions. Answer all 4 questions in 1 second. 1 second. This is what matters. It matters that at the time You used deadly force. You honestly and reasonably believed you were in imminent danger. It doesn't matter if you were wrong. It matters that you thought you were in imminent danger. You thought the guy had a weapon, but it turns out he didn't have a weapon. He had a fucking fly swatter. Yeah. Okay, that's all that matters. So that's why we have lawyers. That's why there has to be a neutral investigation. They're not looking at you or the guy. They're looking to stand neutral. Was your weapon legal? Yes. Are you a law-abiding citizen? Yes. Is he a criminal? Yes. Has he been to prison? Yes. Does he have a violent history? Yes. They look at every aspect of what happened. You're in your own home. You didn't have to retreat. The guy was coming in your home 2 o'clock in the morning. He had no right to be there. He had an object in his hand that could have been used to hurt your family. He had no right to do this. So you're probably okay anyway. But you have a lawyer. Okay? You have a neutral investigation. You have the ability to present your side of the story. The police come, see the body. I was afraid of him, so I shot him. Call my lawyer. My lawyer comes. You sit down with the police, and your lawyer helps you answer the questions. There have been a couple of nightmare scenarios where I've seen an innocent person go to prison, but that's the exception. The law would much rather fall on behalf of the side of the citizen, because the criminal that you shot was a threat to society. Okay? He was a convicted felon. He wasn't going to vote. He didn't pay taxes on the money he earned stealing. So the police would rather fall on the side of the innocent citizen than the criminal. So they'd much rather be on your side. But when you're taking away dirt, when you're moving bodies, when you're flipping bodies over, when you're planting evidence, planting knives, that's a crime. And you have joined the criminal that you struck down. He was a criminal. He's not dead. Now you're the criminal. Hold on a minute. 7, I'm way the fuck under. Also, I'll tell my neighbor, listen, bro, I'll give you $50. Tell the cop he was in the house already when I shot him. You know what that's called? That's called witness tampering. That's not a felony. You committed 2 fucking felonies. You moved evidence, 1. You tampered with a witness, 2. You might get 3 years straight, or you might do 6 years, 3 years for both. Okay? So, this is the case where the more you obey the law, the more you talk with your lawyer, the more you cooperate and stand neutral, the better your chances are. And there are still people today, mostly old people, that will still tell you today, if you shoot the fucking guy, bring the body in the house. Pick the body up and bring it in the house. Okay, you got grass, mud, dirt, and blood on your clothes. They'll find it. You can wash, they'll find it. The guy's got grass on his body because you shot him on the front lawn. They'll find that. You can clean it up, they'll find it. They will find it. Okay? And if your neighbor comes out and says he shot the guy in his front lawn and moved the body in, he'll tell. And you'll get in trouble for it. Never do this at all. Never. First of all, the odds of you being involved in a deadly encounter are like 1 in 20,000 anyway. So you're cool. But if your 1 in 20,000 chance does come, and you find yourself in this situation, leave it. Leave it. The guy was outside, fuck him, leave him there. He was breaking your window, leave the window the way it is. Don't smash the window more. Don't say it'll look better if the guy's hand was here. Leave everything the way you found it. Don't touch anything. Don't touch anything. They will find out and they will put you in prison. So the next time some guy says move the body inside, tell him to go fuck himself. Tell him, how about this? I'll make a deal with you. If a criminal breaks in my house, I'll shoot him and I'll bring the body inside. But you can do the 3 years in prison. Don't do it. Don't be a fucking dickhead. Don't do it. You're not smarter than a forensic scientist. That I'll fucking guarantee you now. The hardest job in the criminal justice system is forensic scientist. You have to have a master's degree in forensic science. You have to have a 400-hour internship in forensic science. You have to have a test. You have to score the top 3 people. Not 3%, 3 people in order to even be considered for hiring. Don't do it. The forensic scientist has more experience than I have years on this earth. The forensic scientist has 3 times as much education as I have. You cannot defeat him. He will figure it out. You will be fucking surprised. He will figure it out. And he has an obligation under the law to report his findings. He cannot tamper his findings. If he thinks you moved the body, he's telling the cops you moved the body. If he thinks you planted evidence, he's going to court and telling the judge. Okay, don't do it.